Before we move on to the scheduled program, we pause in order to make a special presentation today. We have tried to keep this a secret, so we did not send any copies to the lawyers for safeguarding baseball's 2003 steroid testing list. But there is someone in our audience today, Gary D. Howard, who deserves our recognition, our respect, and our thanks. Born in North Carolina and raised in the South Bronx, now veteran of grit and grit. Gary graduated from Lehigh University, starting out with the Trenton Times as a sports reporter. His career path has been a busy one. He has worked as an obituary, police, and municipal government reporter at the Home News in New Brunswick, New Jersey, before joining the Rochester Times Union in Rochester, New York, as a sports copy editor in 1985. Gary left Rochester in 1986 to join the St. Petersburg Independent as a sports copy editor. The Independent merged with the St. Petersburg Times, and he worked there as a prep design editor. He left the St. Petersburg Times to join the Philadelphia Inquirer as a sports copy editor in 1987, and was promoted 3 times, making deputy sports editor. 7 years later, he is ready to accept the position of executive sports editor at the Milwaukee Journal, becoming the only African-American sports editor of a major daily paper at that time. When the Journal merged with the Milwaukee Sentinel in 1995, Gary was named senior editor of the combined sports departments. Since the year 2000, he has been the assistant managing editor for sports, and now he is in an equally important position, president of the Associated Press Sports Editors, the first African-American president of this group in its 36-year history. Now, I'm not going to refer to Gary's ascension as Obama-esque, however tempting it may be to do so. And yet it is interesting that Gary's time has come in our industry, like our country, is in desperate need for new blood, new thinking, and new direction. One thing is clear: politics will not rule the day during Gary's tenure. Those who know him know a man who strives for what's right and what's fair. Those who don't know him will soon find out. He will get in your face if you're wrong, and he will get in your face even if you're right. It is true that pressure can crack a mountain, but it can also be strong. And if you work for Gary in any capacity, even for one day, you know he demands you not only be the best you can be, but the best that you are. Since Gary has been at the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, there have been as many as 6 African-American sports editors in major dailies. Currently, there are 3. That may be one area he can have an impact. There are plenty of other areas of journalism his influence can and will be felt. But today is not a day for agendas. It is a day for us to say to Gary, thank you for what you have already done and what you may still do. We are so proud you are one of us.
If I'd have known, I could have written something. NABJ means everything to me. It always has. I looked at racial inequities in this country, and it just pissed me off so much. So you can either get mad, or you can try to do something about it. I was a pretty good writer when I was very young, actually. And I thought, I think I can go into sports writing. When I got to sports writing, somebody changed my copy. I ain't like it. Don't touch my copy. I said, who's the guy that changed the copy? He said, that's the sports editor. I said, that's who the hell I want to be. And they started laughing. Because at the time, blacks were rarely in the sports sections, and my gosh, you couldn't ever get to be sports editor. And I put my head down, and I worked really hard. And I think working hard was working smart, finding talented people, like many of the people in this room, finding them, giving them a chance to do what they do and do it well. I put a beat writer on Marquette. She was female, and they booed her at the game. She was crying at the game. And I said, what the hell are you crying for? I'd have been clapping if they booed me. Marquette thought that because they had female beat writer that she wasn't very good at what she did. The same way people felt about minority writers at that time. Well, I'm here to tell you, you can look around this landscape from Michael Wilbon all the way down. There are a number of people of color who have stood before you and have written some fantastic stories and do some great journalism. This means everything to me, this Pioneer Award. And I've always thought my favorite poem, which is from Dickens, out of the night that covers me, black is the pit, from pole to pole I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeoning of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, yet the menace of these years finds and shall always find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishment the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I'm the captain of my soul. That's what I believe in. If you believe in that, you can get through anything. And golly, thank you so very much for this.